Hey guys, and welcome back to Manifesting with Amber. I decided to bring you guys to the beach today because it is just such gorgeous weather. It's in the mid 60s and it's just absolutely perfect to be outside today. So here we are. And as for what we're going to discuss today, I was thinking about it on the drive here and I had a lot of different ideas. And finally, I decided, I think the best thing to talk about would be how to coexist harmoniously with other people. I think that when we have people in our lives that feel easy to love, they have good energy, they're happy, they're complimenting us, and overall we just like being around them, it's easy to accept them. It's easy to wish them well and to feel good about them. But then because we live in a world with so many different personalities, so many different types of people, sometimes we're going to come across people that maybe don't always vibe with us, or they rub us the wrong way, or we just don't feel quite like we particularly enjoy them. And sometimes the struggle we can run into is we can find ourselves judging them, or we can find ourselves comparing our personalities to them, or comparing our lifestyles and maybe thinking they have it better or worse than us. And so when we get into this state of negativity, this really is distracting and it takes away from the life that we're building and our goals and basically our own lives and the things that we want. It's just a big distraction when we start to focus on what other people are doing and what other people are saying and how they are impacting us. So the goal here is not to completely eradicate judging or comparing. I think that it is possible to possibly get to that point where you just don't do that anymore, but to expect yourself to do that right off the bat is asking a lot. So it's not about that. It's just becoming more aware of how much energy you're giving to other people. Because every time you do that, you're giving away your power and you are taking away focus from your own life and the things that you enjoy and the kind of person that you want to become. That version that you're building, you're giving away your power to these other people. And just to clarify, nobody ever takes power away from you. You do this to yourself by focusing on them. They don't have the power to take something away from you. You give people permission to throw you out of alignment by your focus on them. So just clarifying that. But I think a good practice to do is catch yourself as quickly as you can when you start to be in a place of judgment about someone else. That's what I do, because I still do that. I'll judge someone or I'll compare myself, and then I catch myself and I say, whoa, this doesn't feel good. How is this helping me get closer to my goals? How is this helping me become a better version of myself? And if I can't find a good answer to that question, then that means that it's not really serving any purpose for me to do that. So then, and I will be very kind to myself in this process. And I really encourage you to do the same if you catch yourself in that negative space. Don't beat up on yourself it's not actually a bad thing that this happened. You're just becoming more aware. So just be kind to yourself in the process and then redirect your thoughts. Well, what do you want for yourself? What is something that makes you feel really good? What are your goals? Focus more on that. Because the more you focus on yourself and the life you're building, the less you're going to be so involved in other people's lives and critical of them. And because, they what they're doing doesn't have anything to do with you. They're just living their lives. They have their own path. Oftentimes we don't know what another soul's journey is. Whatever way they're acting, whatever way they're being, that's just part of their journey. And it's best to just leave them alone. You know, they're figuring it out. You're figuring it out. We're all here just learning more about who we are and hopefully gravitating towards things that feel good to us. And I also encourage you to write about your experiences, because this is going to help you see how much progress you're making with staying aware. So you can write about what happened that made you react, whether you were comparing or judging, and then write down the question, is this helping me at all with my goals and my life, or is this just distracting me from more important things to focus on? So sometimes people think that if someone did us wrong or they were acting in a way that wasn't what we approve of, then we feel like we need to tell them, or we feel like we need to get them to understand. And sometimes it's better to just let it go, because otherwise you're putting more negativity out, and then you don't even know if that person is going to get you anyway. You can explain yourself until you're blue in the face, and sometimes people just don't get you, and that's okay. We're not really meant to understand everyone, but the more we understand ourselves, the more in alignment we are with ourselves, then the less we feel the need to understand people and to get them to understand us. And that might seem odd, because you might think, well, there's the saying like, well, put yourself in someone else's shoes, and it's really important to see things from other people's perspective. The thing with that is sometimes you really can't, though, because you haven't lived that kind of life that they have. So it's not so much about really like trying to understand people. It's more about just letting them be who they are, just accepting that you might have a different approach to life than they do, and that's okay. Maybe it works really well for them, the way that they're living their life. And maybe you wouldn't want to live life that way, but that's just because maybe you have different values and you just have a different way of seeing the world. So just letting other people be free to be them, and you get to be free to be you. And know that, and I will ask myself, if I'm starting to put a lot of energy and focus on what someone else is doing, or I really want them to understand me, then I ask myself, is this worth sacrificing my peace for? Because I am not peaceful when I'm in that state. Think about it. If you are in a state of judging or comparing, you are not in a peaceful place. You're probably stressed. You're probably feeling unease. Because when we're feeling really good, we're feeling really happy, we cannot possibly want to judge another person or compare ourselves or even really focus on them that much. So the bottom line here is to focus more on you and less on others. And the really cool thing about this is when you are so involved in things that you love and you are really enjoying the kind of person you're becoming, being in that state of alignment is actually extremely helpful to everyone, because I feel like we're all connected. There's a collective consciousness, and we can all feel, I think we can all feel each other's energy. And so when you're in that good feeling place, you are uplifting. You are helping to uplift everybody else. And we all do that. When we are in a place of alignment, we are adding to the positivity of the world, and I really believe that everyone can feel it. When you smile at another person, when you compliment them, or you just see them as strong and healthy, you are really helping them. by sending out those positive vibrations. And I think that we definitely need more of that in the world. Definitely need more positivity and people just uplifting each other and seeing the best in each other. And again, when we are doing this to ourselves, we are being kind to ourselves in the process of learning, and we are treating ourselves in a way that is kind. Then that, I think that really is the best way to help others. And I don't think there's a better feeling than that. Than doing something, treating yourself in a way that is with good intentions. And then side effect of that is others get to revel in that good feeling place as well. So I hope that this message helped you today. I hope that you gained some sort of insight from it, and I appreciate you all for watching, and I hope that you all are having a great day. I'm gonna get started on my lunch here, maybe walk along the beach a little closer to the water, and sending you all love and good vibes, and I'll see you next time.